Good afternoon, good evening. This is your boy Big Doug, and we are the GreekSpeech Podcast, where we are rediscovering historical aspects of collegiate Greek culture. I got my partner in the building, my little brother. You know what I'm saying? Although we got different, we do things different in terms of this Greek thing. But that's my partner for real, for real. But decided to invite him up just to ask a quick question. This is going to be a quick kind of 15-minute thing, kind of dealing with the shock right now of just literally finding out about Kobe Bryant. And
Crazy.
that's a whole nother subject. But Mark, introduce yourself, man.
So if I go by Collegiate, the Rio 1911, the purple and gold representing 5th D. Need I say more?
Yeah, all that. Yeah, so you see how low he talk though? Y'all got to get his ass on the mic. He
Man,
talk
I'm on
real
the
low.
mic, man.
But anyway, bro, the purpose of the show is just really to ask people, you know, especially in all the Greek organizations, it centers around two basic questions. And the first question would be, what do you define as brotherhood?
What I define as brotherhood. Just people that you can depend on, having somebody that you can call no matter whatever the times are going, how good they are, bad they are, you know. It's a lot of stuff going on with the black community, especially amongst men, that we don't speak enough to each other
Right.
as it is, even dealing with mental illness and any other things of that aspect. But just that person or them people like, hey, I got this going on in my day. Let me call and check on him, see how he doing or what's going on in his life.
Right.
That's what I define as brotherhood.
But that's real. That's real. And that's the biggest thing. When we decide to do this podcast, one of the things we looked at was we got to get more people to kind of get back to the foundation of every single organization. Because all of us, the fundamental purpose of all of us is brotherhood, is at the end of the day. So it's got to get back to that amongst all of us, no matter what organizations we in. But so the second question that we tend to base the show around is, if you had the opportunity today to sit down with your founders, right, and have a legitimate, honest, straight up conversation, and they, you know, and had the chance to ask them, you know, in today's culture, as a matter of fact, based on where we are now, 100 plus years old, and based on what you were going through when you started the organization, how do you feel about the state of our organization now? And what do you think they would say?
Shit, they probably roll over in their grave, to be honest. I'm gonna keep it 100 because we wilding out here on not just us, but we doing a lot of stuff that we probably shouldn't do. We not following by the examples that were being set by us, and I can't say everybody's not doing it, but it's enough of us that's not doing it where we could make a change if we really stuck to our core values and the things that we stand for. But
Man, that's in every organization,
yeah, so
bro.
that's across the board, not just the bros. You know, I'm talking about everybody.
You're right.
So, but the lack of, sometimes I can say there's a lack of brotherhood amongst everybody. It's not just the Qs, the Kappas, or even the sororities and all that. It's just we should do better because we
Yeah.
know better.
Yeah.
Like they laid down a lot of stuff for us to be where we are today, and it's like we almost stepping on everything.
Man, bro, I feel the same way. And you're right. It doesn't matter what organization it is. We were talking last week about the little Bootsy thing, right? And you know, of course, everybody was on Instagram and everywhere else.
Yeah.
And if I see Bootsy, I'm gonna run up on him and do this and do that and do this. But I felt like it was more of a teachable moment. You know what I mean? And I'm in the organization that was being represented. You know what I'm saying? So I completely get that. Now, from the outside looking in, how do you think we should have handled that? Not necessarily in with a violent or aggressive kind of nature, but what do you consider that to be? Are we do not enough people know about what's going on in terms of Greek life? And if no, why not?
Well, you know, I'm from North Memphis, so the type of lifestyle I came from, the stuff that goes on is not what Greeks do in college. So Boosie being a street guy, you know, from being across the track, it's certain things that street people don't comprehend if they not around that college environment, around people that's like that all the time. These are real street hood guys, and it ain't no I'm gonna run up on you and slap you, because
Yeah.
ain't no cap in they rap. It might be something totally different than the Greek stuff once you take it to that level, once you cross over to that.
Right.
So with that being said, like I said, when I pledged and I crossed, my family wasn't too keen of what I had did, especially my mom. My aunt, she kind of knew what I was because where she was working at, there was a couple of Qs that worked there with her.
Okay.
So she was kind of okay, had a general idea of what I did. But as far as my mom, grandma, them people like that in my family, my cousins, they knew about it. But like I said, no, I was the first person to go to college in my family,
Oh, that's dope.
and the first person to graduate college and pledge.
Man, you know what, bro? And not to sway the conversation, I changed the subject. I don't think people really understand how powerful that is. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for my family, I am, the first one to go and graduate. I ain't gonna say the first one to go, the first one to graduate. I hit a couple of them that went and okay, this ain't for me, and I'm gonna go to the army or something like that. You know what I mean? But in terms of actually graduating, that's a powerful impact because now everybody that comes behind you is like, well, if Mark can do it, maybe I can do it. And that's also with your organization. Well, if that's where you went and they got you that far,
Yeah.
maybe you had to get me that far. You see what I'm saying?
And see, and I think I took that part of my life from my mom because she went to school, worked all the time. She got her bachelor's and did all this. So she was
Right.
like, you only owe me 3 degrees. I was like, what did you talk about? She's like, you got to graduate high school, graduate college, and get you a master's. And all that. I said, all right, that ain't too bad.
Right.
I can't hold you to. So
Right.
So if she sacrificed and did all that, it wasn't hard for me to go right behind her. Like, all right, here go your paperwork. Leave me alone.
Right.
Do whatever I want in my life now.
If that's what you want, you can get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm That's how I felt coming up, though. My mother asked for that. She, I just want you to go to school, do your thing. Now, I ain't gonna lie and tell you that I made it easy.
Nah, I know I did.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, I did.
I ain't gonna lie about that, bro. I ain't gonna lie and tell you that I was a great student. That is not the truth. But at the same time, when you come up in a certain environment and you know that your mom's that A or B you get or that C you get or whatever it is, the fact that you going and being consistent,
Yeah.
whatever that is, that keeps her going. And I felt that at an early age. Like, if I just do this, all you want me to do is go to school? You see what I'm saying?
feel
And you working 2-3 jobs and you doing this and doing that and you stressing and gas and light and shit getting cut off and it's a whole lot going
Don't know
on.
about lighting them candles in
Man,
the
they
power
don't
bar.
know, bruh. The stove open because you got to get a little piece of heat because you ain't like people don't get that the same. You know what I mean? So if all you want me to do is go to school, yeah, I got that.
See, and that's why I try to pass that along to a lot of the younger generation. Like, hey, y'all got it made, man. Like, they sports wise, they walking y'all into these contracts.
They show up,
Like,
boy.
bro, y'all got all-star games. Y'all got stuff we didn't have. We had probably an East and West game and a state championship game. Other
Right.
than that was it. YouTube wasn't doing what it was doing for y'all.
Not at all.
You got people getting major record deals that ain't even been in the streets, putting out no real. Back in the day, how they used to put the flyers out, put the football, they posting videos.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the same thing worked for being athletes. They find the football players, basketball players, soccer, everybody. So it's an easy way for you to achieve a lot.
Yeah.
In this generation.
Do you think that as Greeks, and going back to the question of if you had a conversation because y'all have 4 founders, right?
Correct.
So let's say you sitting in this room and it's the 4 founders in chairs right in front of you, and y'all truly having that dialogue. What do you think that's missing? Does it go back to the brotherhood? And you said something that was really important. If we kind of still live by them values that were instilled from day one, maybe we'd be in a different. And that's not just y'all, bro. Like I said, I'm not saying that just as far as the Qs. I'm saying in every organization, have we stood by what it was built on 100+ years later?
I feel like we stand by some of the values, but like I said, over the test of time, things tend to change.
Yeah.
So some of those values that were installed back in those days
Yeah.
might not hold up to how this generation is. You know what I'm saying?
Valid point. That's a good point.
Trying to keep those same ramifications during those times, and now, hey, it's 2020. What they did back in 1911, back in that day, is something
Right.
totally different now.
You're right. No, you're right. You know what? And that's man, it's a whole nother conversation to go into that. So I'm gonna be careful.
We gonna stay on
I'm
task.
gonna stay off that. Yeah, because I was going to go somewhere real deep with that. You know what I mean? Because it's so many ways to view that. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah, I'm gonna stay off of that.
Yeah, like I said, we as a Greek, we have an amazing corresponding with each other, even
Yeah.
even though we different branches
Yeah.
of the Greek organization. It's just when you run into
Absolutely.
a fellow Greek or something, it's that lookout factor. That's what I call it.
It is.
Like I look out for the bros, but I might see a red, a K, Zeta, Sigma, whatever.
I see how you didn't want to give us our whole name, but that's all right.
I'm talking about them.
I ain't gonna take that birth.
At the same time, like I said, it's that Greek love. That's what I do like about it. Like you can be anywhere. Like I was out at a place and I had some documents that need to be done. So the guy was like, "Well, you got to go here, here, and there." So I reached up to get an ink pen to sign something for him. He was like, "Are you Greek? Are you the bros?" He was like, "Come on in the back office." I'm like, "Huh?"
Got you.
I ain't asked no questions. Man, went in there and tried. He was a Sigma.
Yeah.
We said, "Oh, y'all went to TSU, did this and that, this and that." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." They said, "Look, this all you got to do. I'm finna fill this out for you. Sign this. I'll fax everything over. Have a great day."
Man, that's what
I
it's
was
about.
like, come on with it.
And that's the part that people don't understand. It's just that camaraderie. Like you watch these movies, and we say this on probably every podcast we shoot. Burning Sands is not a true depiction of what's going on. And to be honest, when I watched it, I was more frustrated for y'all because it was like y'all making it seem like, and y'all know who y'all talking about. Like y'all know
something that we really want.
And I'm like, man, no. You know what I'm saying?
It's the perception that they put out there for us, though.
Yeah.
And once it hit that mainstream like that, they said, "Oh, this is what they doing. They got this going on, got that going on." It's like, people can paint a picture of you and it'll stick in somebody else's mind. Oh, this is what you do. This is what you do.
You're right. You're right. And we do it. It's different, man. Because like I said, me and you, we get up, man. That's like my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and we poke and we talk smack or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? That's my partner, and that's pretty much the end of it. Everything else is secondary because at the end of the day, the brotherhood I have with you is the same brotherhood that this was built on.
Exactly.
And we in two different organizations. So it's not the organization. It's how you take the principles and the ideals of that organization and apply it to everyday life. Yeah. That we all went through something to wear these letters. I don't care how you went about it. You either dealing with it every day or you dealt with it at one time.
Yep,
but either or, you've gone through something. Some people would say it's worse. Some people,
It's what you make out of it. I was always taught that you get what you put in.
Yeah, agreed, man. So y'all, we gonna get out of here. Just wanted to have a quick conversation with my partner. I hit him in the building, so I couldn't let it pass and not get a few minutes on. You know what I mean? And talk about. But once again, man, shout out to my man Marcus Cole, Mega Sapphire. He's a good dude.
Government now.
Yeah, hey man, this all good. You got this is
Instagram names.
Right? Are we doing that? This is my man at Cole Grad. Check him out. You feel? And this is Big Doug. Appreciate y'all once again for listening in and letting us try to enlighten and influence on something positive and let you know that Greek life is not everything you may have heard or what you assume. There's some good things that come out of Greek life. A lot of people that I know, I wouldn't know if it wasn't for this organization. I may not agree with everything. Hell, I don't agree with family and everybody else every day. Nobody does. But at the end of the day, that's who I count on to hold me up. So these organizations, man, we got good principles and good purposes. We just need to get back to where it started. My opinion. What you want to say before you close out, man?
Root to the bros.
We go holler at y'all. Peace.